Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we're doing the what's next on Josh Taylor, the former undisputed junior welterweight champion at 140 pounds. As Taylor fought on June 10th and lost his WBO title to Teofimo Lopez by a 12-round unanimous decision. You know, Taylor did the best he could, but after the fourth round, Lopez just knew what Taylor was doing, figured him out, and pretty cleanly outboxed him and outworked him to a clean 12-round decision. You know, so Taylor, he's still a banger. Taylor's still good, but he said after the fight that you know, he might be moving up to 147 finally, that it's been tough making the 140-pound weight class. Now, before we go any further, if you guys could smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I try to boost my channel up here. If you don't like what I'm doing, you could always, you know, give me a thumbs down or leave a comment letting me know why. But all that being said, you know, back to Taylor. The big question now is what's next for Taylor, and you know, it's really going to be up to what Taylor wants, because he definitely has more options at 140 if he can still make the weight. But at 32, 33, I think he's really, you know, done with the weight, and I think he wants to move to 147. The problem there is there's just not as many guys signed with Top Rank at 147 that he can make, you know, big fights with. So if he wants to make the bigger fights, I still think 140 is the division to stay at, because there is a lot of big fights there, and people would be into fighting Taylor because, you know, he could conceivably be looked at as a former champ that could a former undisputed champ that could definitely be a notch on the resume. So he's going to get opportunities. He still has some weight to throw around, and I think that makes a lot of sense. But real quick, we're going to run through both weight classes real fast and see what could be possible for Josh Taylor next. So at 140, a rematch with Teofimo Lopez. He said he wanted that, but there's no reason for that, and I don't think he would get it. Regis Prograis, a rematch with him. I don't think Taylor would want that one next and entertain it. And they would have to cross the street and work with the zone anyways. I think Prograis would be into it, but I don't think Taylor would want it next, so I don't see that one. A rematch with Jose Ramirez. If he wanted to jump right back in the mix and Ramirez doesn't get a bigger fight, I think Ramirez would be down for that fight. But I don't know if Taylor would be, considering he already beat Ramirez and he's coming off of his first loss. Then a rematch with Jack Catterall. To be honest, I think Taylor owes Catterall that fight at some point. Does he do it next? I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing it. I think it'd be big for the United Kingdom, but I don't know if Catterall at this point now would give him, would say, okay, let's do it. You know, if there's no belt on the line, especially when Catterall, you know, has a decent enough chance at fighting Prograis. But here's what throws a monkey wrench in there, is that if Devin Haney decides to move up and fight Regis Prograis for the WBC title instead, then I think that leaves Catterall with the option of like, hey, I'll fight him if he'll fight me now. You know, so I think the possibility is there for a Catterall rematch. Gary Antoine Russell, not seeing that one. He's a PBC guy anyways. Bad matchup. I don't see Taylor going after that one. Ryan Garcia, I mean, maybe if both guys wanted to fight, both coming off of losses, but I just don't think both guys would be into it. Maybe, though. Sandor Martin is not a bad option because Martin's willing to fight anybody, but he also has a very tricky kind of style that might throw Taylor off, so I'm not sure about that. Jose Cepeda, former world title challenger. Yeah, I don't see it. I think it's too risky, and I don't see it. Then, you know, your Victor Postal rematch there. I don't see that one. Subriel Matias, the IBF champ. I don't see it. And then Rolly Romero, I don't see that either. They're all with the PBC. Arnold Barbosa Jr., maybe because he's a top-ranked guy, but I think Barbosa's kind of focused on a title shot. But, you know, hey, maybe he would fight Taylor and see if Taylor wanted it, but I'm not sure he does. And then now moving to 147, looking at some fighters there. Obviously, Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. I don't think the winner of that fight would fight Taylor now that Taylor's coming off a loss, especially with Crawford signing a 2-fight deal with the PBC, you know, for a potential rematch with Spence if he were to lose or if Spence were to lose. I'm not seeing it. Yordenis Ugas, PBC guy, not seeing it. Kind of a bad matchup for Taylor anyways. Jerome Boots Ennis, not seeing it. Bad matchup. Keith One-Time Thurman, another PBC guy. I don't see it. Imantas Stanionis, he's fighting Virgil Ortiz next. I don't think he'll be successful. And then you got PBC and Top Rank again fighting each other. Radza Butayev, PBC guy, so I'm not seeing that one. And then Virgil Ortiz, I think he's going to beat Imantas Stanionis. He's a Golden Boy DAZN guy. Not sure this is a fight that can be made right away. And I don't think Taylor would want to fight like that right away. Cody Crowley, not a bad matchup, but again, a PBC guy. And then I don't think Connor Benn's in it. Was he in my top 10? No, he's not. You know, again, it's going to be interesting. Taylor might move to 147 and just go after welterweights that are with Top Rank, but aren't big name welterweights. You know, that might be what he decides to do, just to say, hey, fuck it, what's the difference? You know, he might just say it doesn't really matter. You know, I'll build myself up, and you know, I'll build myself up at welterweight while I'm waiting for somebody to fight me. So that might be the better option. You know, it really might be the better option for him. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know what Taylor's going to be able to do if he's not fighting at 140 in terms of big fights. So I think he might just start from scratch, win a couple fights next year, you know, fighting kind of subpar, not top 10 guys. And then, you know, maybe in 2025 or the end of 2024, he goes, you know, maybe he'll fight one fight this year and the first half next year, and then he'll look at the landscape and see what possibilities are there, especially with the likelihood that the winner of Crawford and Spence is probably moving up to the winner of Crawford and Spence is probably moving up to 154, and all those belts go vacant. So maybe Taylor moves himself right in line for an eliminator of some sort like that. Maybe he could maybe he could jump ahead of the game. So that's just my opinion, you know, on what Taylor could possibly be doing next and where he could be going. And then we'll see what goes down for him. That sounds bad. And then we'll see what goes down for him moving forward. But, you know, again, I like Taylor. He was a good champion at 140, and he's got nothing to hang his head about. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does next, you know, as he probably goes into the twilight of his career. So that's it. That's what I got. That's my what's next on Josh Taylor, the former undisputed champion at 140 pounds junior welterweight, after he lost his WBO title at junior welterweight to Teofimo Lopez on June 10th. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been